Welcome back, it's time to go racing, and first up we've got the highlights from the Super Cadet final for 10 to 14 year olds.
Only 9 have registered for this class this season and 7 have turned up this weekend for the first round. It was Lewis Brown who put it on pole. My selection for the season, Mikey Doble, 25 kart down in P6, and the top seed, Matt Taylor, was down on P5. It was Brown that got the jump at the start into this new section under the bridge into the parabolica. Jack Davidson was carrying the onboard camera. He would take second position early on. It was Brown out front. Brown won the earlier final one to give himself pole for this final. Later on in the race, Brown was stretching his legs, got a comfortable lead about 3 laps in. Davidson was in second, but the story of the race will be the battle between the 19 kart of Mario Mills and the 25 kart of Doble. Mills was leading there, but later in the race, Doble it was that bagged himself the second spot before Mills came round the outside through Bobby Game corner and bagged second place back. And by the end, it was Lewis Brown who took a very comfortable victory indeed, with Mills holding on for second and Doble in third place. Full results, top 3. Brown from Mills, the rookie, and Mikey Doble. Then came Jack Davison carrying the onboard camera, David Craig, Robbie Fowler, and the top seed, Matty Taylor, down in 7th place.
Well, I was just trying to think about second place. You know, leader was cleared off, and I was trying to concentrate on second. And yeah, it was close at the end. I had a bit of grass tracking, bumping, and banging, and I came out third. But it was a good race and good weekend. So
I started on 6th. Made my way through onto second, had a little battle with number 25, and hopefully I've got some good points as well.
Lewis, you managed to pull a huge gap to the rest of the field. Was it an easy win, and were you able to back off towards the end, or did you need to keep pushing?
I just tried to pull a gap and I just kept pushing.
The official Senior British Karting Championship is KF2, and Mark Litchfield, the 5-time British champion, is on pole for this one. The 3 kart got Jack Barlow behind him, last year's Junior Rotax champion, making the move to KF2. Ben Barnicoat alongside. Here's the earlier heats and final 1 result. Litchfield took heat 1 from Sam McLeod in heat 2, then Litchfield the earlier final 1-2, giving himself pole for this final. KF2, the MSA Senior Championship class. We've got karts off through turn 1. Sam McLeod is turned round. His day gets a whole lot more difficult. The 19 kart was involved as well. That was Sam Webster and 21 Alex Hamilton. 24 Ben Barnicoat got a bit of a shove from behind. And clearly the Clarks have decided that kart 31 was the instigator. So just going through the picture there in third place, the 31 kart of Jamie Rush. He's been given a warning flag. Flags out at the end of this lap for him. It's Mark Litchfield that leads it comfortably, but it is raining. You just make it out on your screen now. It's drizzling at the moment, and these are the worst conditions for the kart that's leading at this stage. That's Litchfield. He's got to find where the grip is. Nobody else can follow him. Barnicoat slips through to second place. He deposes Jack Barlow, the 22 kart, who started 8th. He was through to second, now down to third place, but a good start for Jack. That is Mark Litchfield. 24 Barnicoat, 22 is Barlow, 16 Ricky Collard, 31 Jamie Rush. In behind Rush was the 18 kart of Zubair Hope, then came Josh Reed, 28, 21 was Hamilton, and the 26 kart at the back of the field there, or at the back of that group anyway, was Hannah Pym. We haven't seen Sam McLeod, who was off through turn 1, or the 29 kart of Wesley Way so far. Super 1 2012, dark clouds looming, I think we should call this, and look at the rain now. It is absolutely pouring down, and Litchfield's the first one into the corner. He's got to find the grip. These are the most difficult conditions when it first starts raining and you're out on slicks. Once it's been raining for 10 minutes or so, battering down, you pretty much know where the grip is and can adjust your speed accordingly. Here comes Litchfield into the first part of Fullerton S's, followed by Ben Barnicoat, 24, 16 Ricky Collard. Jack Barlow is third, looking up the inside of Collard, has to back out of it, runs the curb down to the right-hander here at Bobby Game corner. It's Litchfield from Barnicoat, Collard, Barlow, 31 is Rush. 18 Zubair Hope, looking up the inside of Zubair Hope was Alex Hamilton. Josh Reed has lost a place. Barnicoat out of the Mike Wilson complex. That's 22 Jack Barlow, last year's Junior Rotax champion, making the move up to the senior classes this year. Racing KF2 today, he's there in 4th place. Rush is 5th. Doesn't look as bad from this camera position, but this camera's pointing away from the driving range, so it doesn't look as bad here. It will look a lot worse from this camera position, as you can see. A lot darker conditions. Litchfield 3 kart ahead of Barnicoat 24 and Collard in third place. They're well spread out here. These conditions are a great leveller, but Mark Litchfield is not five-time British champion for nothing. He will have practiced in these conditions on slicks, no doubt. I know I did with my son at Glannygorse Park years ago. Sent him out on a brand new set of slicks, pouring down rain. He said to me, "What's the point?" The point was, the first time it rained he was out on slicks, he lapped everybody but one. Got to find the grip, and the grip is not where the rubber is. Through the first hairpin here at PF International Surtees, if you brake on the outside line where you might typically, let's have a look at this, Litchfield there, slowing the cart down, there you can see where it's quite glossy on the track. That's where the rubber is, and if you walk on that part of the track with normal shoes on, it will be like walking on ice. Barnicoat is closing the leader here. So Barnicoat thriving in these conditions, and look at the rain now, it is absolutely pouring down there. Watch Litchfield there, drives to the middle of the track to brake, because that's not where the rubber is. You don't want to brake where rubber is. If you brake on the rubber, you're just going to go straight on or do a complete 360 and look quite foolish. Just got to keep it on the track at this stage. In the background you can just make out Sam McLeod. Here he comes, blue cart, there you go. He's through to 7th place. You may remember he was facing the wrong way through turn 1. Later in the race, still Litchfield out front. Barnicoat chasing the 24 cart, third in last year's KF3 Championship, second the season before. Ricky Collard in third place. McLeod there's made his way, it looks like, through to 5th place now. So great comeback here by Sam McLeod. Obviously enjoying these conditions. This is the business end, and it's raining even harder now. Litchfield comes towards Surtees hairpin, brakes on the inside off the rubber. He can pretty much now, with a huge lead over Barnicoat, just pick his way round the corners. Just over a lap or so to go. Barnicoat put in the fastest lap, 59.88. That was early in the race, clearly, before it started raining. It's Collard, the 16 cart, who's actually dropped behind Jamie Rush at this point. Jamie Rush has got through to third, but mechanical gremlins, and that's going to cost Jamie Rush, who had third place in his pocket. He was comfortably clear of Ricky Collard into the last lap. It's Litchfield with a comfortable win through the final turn down to the finish line, having a bit of fun as he goes. Litchfield, the 3 cart, takes the win. It's Barnicoat who would come through to 2nd place, and Ricky Collard. We'll be catching up with Ricky's dad later in the season to talk about all things touring cars and karting. As Collard through to 3rd place. Barlow satisfied himself with 4th, and Sam McLeod lost a couple of positions in the last few laps. Hamilton in 5th from Zubair Hoke. McLeod, Webster, Rush and Hannah Pym rounding out the top 10. Got a feel for the 31 card of Jamie Rush though. He's firm with the top 3.
Jamie Rush was really unlucky. I feel really sorry for him. He was really quick, obviously, because his height, he could work the tyres a lot harder, and we just caught him. No, he caught me, overtook me, and unfortunately for him, he had a problem. I think there was too much water in the engine or something. He just dropped back and back and back, and thankfully for me, he gave me quite a nice 3rd position. So I'm just really happy, and also had quite a good battle with Sam. Not quite sure what happened with Sam. I think we went down the inside of him, and obviously with the conditions, slipping and sliding all over the place. And I'm just really happy, and I'd like to thank all the people at Racer Steps Foundation, Zip Young Guns, Grant, Mackenzie, and I've got to say to my dad, you've got to beat that.
Ben, 2nd place in the first round of the 2012 season, and they were very difficult conditions out there. How was it?
Well, the race was very mixed conditions. At the start we had a little bit of drizzle, so it was really sliding. At the start I went straight on. I was lucky to keep it on the track. I was in 4th and I soon got up to 2nd, and Mark was in front and I was pushing hard, so hard as I could, and I caught him up. And then when the rain came, just his experience around this track, he's probably done a lap round here for every day of my life, and he just drove away from me, and I did the best I could, and then on the last lap did a little bit of a 360. Wasn't intentional, but looks quite cool for the crowd.
Mark, that was a huge lead. When the rain came, conditions dramatically changed. What was needed to keep it on the track and take the win?
Well, I didn't actually keep it on the track for the full race, but I don't know really, concentration. The hardest bit was not actually when it was really wet. The hardest bit was when it was dry at the beginning, but there was a little bit of hazy rain, because I was always first person into the corner. I never knew what I was going to come across. But when it was rain, obviously I knew what was going on, but I kept it on the track until the last lap, but it was enough anyway.
So it's a great win to take forward to the next round and great points for the championship.
Yeah, 2 wins today, so yeah, good start.
Yep, very good start for Mark Litchfield. Maximum points after the break. It's the 8 to 13-year-olds in the Coma Cadet class. Don't go away.